Welcome back to Open Mic on 90.8 Jaago Mumbai. In studios today, we have Babu Choudhary, who started off as a musician about 3 decades ago and then took a break for some time from playing the guitar. And then, how long was the break for, Babu?
Nearly around 10 years.
And 10 years later, you decided, okay, that's that, and I'm going to get back to the guitar.
Yeah.
So tell us more. What happened through these 10 years?
Yeah, actually 10 years was, I didn't really get into playing because I was very ill.
Okay.
So I had needed to take a break, and then I was ill, and Ronnie asked me to join up with him in our production company.
Right.
So in 94, 95 I joined up.
Right.
And we've been running the company together.
Okay.
And I think the biggest thing in my favor was my access to a studio.
Sure. Right.
So that was one of the biggest things, and I just moved all my gear to the studio, and I just started playing, practicing, and getting back into the into the groove.
Right. And were you still playing through these 10 years?
No,
at
I
all?
did not play at all.
Nothing at all.
No.
So I mean, that decision to say, okay, because there's a lot of people out there who've been musicians, who used to sing, and then somewhere along the way, just like for you, life came by and got them. They had to change their priorities. But that decisive moment where you say, okay, and where you commit to getting back to it, that takes a lot. So how did you get around it?
Actually, I got into playing. I started coming into the studio and playing every day a bit, practicing a bit. And one day I just came in and I got this melody and asked my engineer just to put it down on tape. And that's how Where Did We Go Wrong started.
Okay.
And he just put down a loop, and one day singer Vijay Prakash came in.
Right.
And I just told him to put some vocals. He put it down, and then I produced the track. That's
Excellent.
how the album started.
So tell us about this album, and who are the key members of this band that's
Actually,
now called Babu and Friends?
the way I compose is very different from maybe other people, because I don't specifically think and come into the studio.
Okay.
I play what comes in when I'm there.
Okay.
And that's the way all my songs are. They've not been planned.
Excellent.
So I'll put down something, and I feel if there's some scope, I can do something with it. I just call in the musicians I think whom I need on the track, and that's the way I do it.
Right. And so for Somewhere Out There, which was the first album that you put out in 2007, right?
Yeah.
Who were the musicians? What was your band?
Actually, I owe a lot to my engineers of the studio, who were very, very helpful.
Okay.
In putting down parts with me, spending time.
Who are these guys? Let's name them.
We have Derek, then we have Alan, then we have Noel and Nelson.
Okay.
They are in all our various studios. They are engineers.
All right.
So I mean, it was quite a joint sort of thing. I mean, they'd help me put down parts, and then I laid down 6-7 tracks, basically just the skeleton tracks.
Okay.
And then I sat and I thought, how should I produce this track and who should I get it? And I mean, the good part is that being connected in the music industry, I have a lot of friends.
Sure.
So I called in people slowly, who I thought, and that's how this album happened.
Excellent. We're going to get a little more into this album right after this break. For now, let's just listen to the song that started it off again. Where Did We Go Wrong?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Open Mic on 90.8 Jaago Mumbai. We're in studios with Babu from Babu and Friends, and we're still talking about the first album that he put out called Somewhere Out There. Babu, tell us, so now you got all of these musicians together and you recorded this music and you had an album, and then what happened?
And then I got the album ready and did go to a few record companies and they were interested, but somehow it didn't work. And then I just had this really good lawyer friend of mine, and she set up this company for me, my own label, and that's how we just got our own label together, and I released the album worldwide.
Excellent. And so your label's called?
Manta Records.
Manta Records. Yeah. And when you say you released it worldwide, how exactly did you do that?
I released it through iTunes and various sites.
Okay. And what was the response internationally?
I mean, initially it was very, very slow, because I think the big problem I had, or we had, is that there's nothing you can advertise. You know,
right. There was no marketing.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, yes, Facebook played a big part.
Sure.
You know, I did a lot of networking with musicians, and so finally from like 1 year it's been, you know, moving. A few albums sell every month, and but it's caused a big stir in the, you know, music industry there, because they somehow feel it's like an album which has global potential.
Right.
And they didn't really expect it coming out of India. You know?
Right. And what are some of the responses that you've got to this album?
I have some really good musician friends who are abroad, who are top musicians or producers.
Right.
And they've really come out with very good reports of the album. I mean, in terms of, and actually I have done it in a way is that, you know, every one of the musician who's playing in the album has a part in every song.
Okay.
It's just not me.
Right.
You know, like my engineer he's sung one of the songs, or he's programmed it. I have guitar players from Calcutta. I have a guitar player from France. So they're all part of it.
Right.
And
they've all helped to spread the word.
Yeah.
Okay, and your music's actually been played on a lot of radio stations internationally as well.
Actually, this radio station in Las Vegas approached me because they were seeing me on Facebook, and they said, "Can you give us your album?" It's called V Radio in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And I sent them the album.
Okay.
And our song "Dream Away" did come to number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Wow.
And now the other song, New Orlem Blues, was number 11 last.
Excellent.
So, I mean, it was good exposure, and a lot of people heard the songs, the album.
Right.
And I think it's also over there, it's word of mouth, and suddenly I get this, like a message on Facebook that we heard some of your snippets on, you know, MySpace, and we are just downloading the album, and I think that's the greatest feeling I would get than anything.
That sounds amazing, and it just completely adrenalized your career, right? And now here you are with another album in the bag, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into that right after this break.
I've been waiting all
Welcome back to 90.8 Jaago Mumbai. In studios with us is Babu Choudhary from Babu and Friends. Babu, you're now ready to release a brand new album called Electric Sky, right? So tell us, what is this album all about? And how is it an evolution?
I can put this way, that I think this is going to be a very mysterious album in terms of style.
Okay.
Which I don't know how to put it, whether it's like, this is a little bizarre.
Why do you say that?
Because I don't believe in any genre of music. Even if you hear somewhere out there, there's no particular genre. It covers all.
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing here, but maybe here there is a little bit of EDM, which we put in, and there is Indian fusion, there is jazz fusion, there is rock. So it covers, the full spectrum of music.
And in terms of the musicians who collaborated with you on this project, are they the same as the last album?
Quite a few same, but I've gotten a lot of new guys and really outstanding musicians.
Tell us some more about these musicians that you've been
now, strangely, I got these musicians on Facebook. I didn't know them from nowhere.
Right.
And I got this really talented electric slide guitar player from Bangalore called Prakash Sontake, who's a friend of mine on Facebook.
Okay.
And sent him my files. He did a solo. And then I met another guy through Facebook called Bangalore Amrit Kanjira, plays Kanjira, who played with Victor Wooten here.
Okay.
So he's played with him also on one of my tracks.
Wow.
And then we have Ranjit has played on one song.
Right.
And all the basic musicians. We've got Carl Peters, Carl Clements, Ehsan Noorani.
Okay.
He's played on one tune.
Sounds like a stellar lineup.
Yeah.
You must be really excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken me a while, but I don't like to do my music. I just, when I feel good about something, I go into the studio. I don't say in this 1 week I should finish 2 songs or 3 songs, nothing like that.
So what did this while turn out to be? How long was it?
It's been about little over a year.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. You've really been moving at breakneck speed, I must say, Babu, with the way you're recording music and putting the albums out. So what plans do you have for Electric Sky?
Electric Sky, in fact, after this interview, I run to the studio because I'm dubbing the last solo of one of the songs with a guitar player, and then I'm through.
And then is it going to be put out on Manta Records again?
Again, and which will be released through iTunes worldwide. And if all goes well, we should see it releasing November 1st week.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We look forward to that. So let's go listen to a song from the new album, Electric Sky. Babu, what do you recommend we...
you can play this beautiful song, actually, which was written for my wedding.
Okay.
By Zubin Balaporia, who's the keyboard player.
All right.
As a present or whatever you call it. And it's called Song for Shama, which was written for my wife.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And we have some great musicians playing on this. We have Ehsan Noorani playing. We have Ranjit Barrett playing. We have Carl Clements playing. I have played. And Zubin Balaporia. And I'm doing an Indian version of this song also, which is like a classical version. And that is the solo which I'm going back and doing right now.
Brilliant. All the best with that.
Thanks.
For the time being, let's listen to Song for Shama. Welcome back to 90.8 Jaago Mumbai. In studios with us is Babu, and we just listened to that beautiful song called Song for Shama. Babu, are there any other projects that you're currently involved in?
Yeah, I just finished a project with my dear friend Ronnie, who's written a song, and he's done a song called I Don't Need, which I've sort of produced and played, and and it's a tribute to our old band, sort of. And he's got a lovely video made, which is an animation video, which is on all the sites on YouTube, and it's released on Saregama. And I've just finished that, and it's just released and just been released all over.
And this project, if I want to find out more about this project online, where can I go?
You can go on to there's a Fortune Cookies site on MySpace. You can go to the link. And there's the video on YouTube.
Excellent.
Yeah, the song's called I Don't Need.
Just search for I Don't Need.
I Don't Need Fortune Cookies.
Okay, excellent. Now, Babu, you've over the last 3 decades met so many musicians, interacted with so many of them at very close quarters, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who are out there who've picked up the guitars, dropped the guitars, played drums, or are going through a phase where it's not necessarily going somewhere, and at the same time there's a lot of people who are just loving every day of it. What is it that you've noticed, if there was something that you wanted to say to a musician who's out there who's just debating about which direction to go in, is there something that you would potentially put out there for him?
I think, the difference I find, when we were playing in the 70s and now, is first the access to gear. And it's become so cheap that I remember when I started playing, I didn't have money even to buy my first guitar. We made a handmade guitar. That was what I used on stage. But today's kids, they have access to everything. And I think another big thing in their favor is the net. So even you can release an album tomorrow. So it's much more easier now. And yes, the venues, you've got a lot more venues to play. And I think much more exposure than maybe our times.
What are some of the bands that you've seen, that you've noticed from the scene currently that you really like?
I think there are really some really nice bands in Delhi. Like Them Clones, and from Bangalore, Thermal and a Quarter, then Junkyard Group from Chennai. They're good bands, doing original music.
So, just to wrap, Babu, just what are your dreams for your music? What is it that you're working towards?
I'm just going to take it day by day. See how this comes out, then take a break. Then I work for some of my friends too. I just finished doing a track for a friend of mine in Canada. Put some guitar parts for it. So, I enjoy doing that.
Excellent. Babu, thank you so much for coming into the studios with us. We're going to end the show with a track called Dream Away. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here, and I wish you all the best with your forthcoming release.
Thanks.
Caught up in this world we see, frozen out those pretty feet. Run to it, you can't be far away. But change about what will it be today? Just a lonely dream away. Did you find your dream today? Da-da-da. Those pretty feet. Run to it, you can't be far away. A change about what will it be today? Just a lonely dream away. Did you find your dream today? to it, you can't be far away. A change about what will it be today? Just a lonely dream away. Did you find your dream today?